Good day, everybody. Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness, episode 18. Been away for a little while. Good to see my partner, Greg Smith. Made it back from Mexico. How you doing today, Greg?
I'm doing good, man. I'm recovering still. We had a really good time and really hot. We both live in Florida, so we're used to some heat, but this is like whole next level, man. So I am still drinking my Pedialyte to try to catch up and a little bit of tequila, a little bit of heat. And we had an interesting time at the ruins we went to where it was crazy heat, but doing well. Always a little bittersweet when you come back from a family vacation like that. So yesterday I kind of had the blues, but today I'm feeling a little bit better. So yeah, let's get back into it, man. I was itching to be back in the whole game the whole time I was gone, in the back of my mind anyway. So I'm glad to be back and should have a good show today. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, as a history teacher, I'm envious that you got to go to the ruins, the Aztecs, it's studying the Aztecs and the Mayans, and I'd like to get down there sometime. So I was a little bit jealous, but
it's the on the Yucatan. Not to launch into a Mexican lesson, but the ruins in the Yucatan are mostly Mayan ruins, and it's pretty amazing. Just going to look at the stuff and just in the year 800 these people were dominant. And watch a show last night actually I found on Amazon about wild Mexico, and just it's all like underground caves and rivers, and we did some cave diving and stuff like that. So it was really cool, man. And that whole part of that country is like one big giant slab of limestone with a bunch of holes in it. So it's not sure how stable it is, but if you ever get a chance, everybody look at Wild Mexico on Amazon. It's pretty fascinating. So yeah, it was a great trip, man, and really nice to connect back with family and things like that. So and we've already started trying to plan the next one. We do it about every 5 years. So it was very cool.
Outstanding. Yeah. So you got any cards of the week? You must have had a mountain of cards awaiting when you got home.
Oh, well, I kind of tried to space it where I've got like 11 packages coming this afternoon, according to my tracker. But I've got a few. That I got in, and a couple of them from Marty Klotz, who's been great, man. I talk with him quite a bit, and just I'll be up at 11 o'clock talking about cards, and he'll want to talk about 73 high numbers with me and things like that. So I saw this in one of his sales. It's a 2002 Bazooka Carl Yastrzemski, like a game used card, and I just had to have it for PC, man. So I got that one in a sale, and I also got this one, Nomar Garciaparra Bazooka Blasts. I think it's from the same year, and Nomar was a meteor to me, but then kind of fizzled out, like we all know. And I loved Nomar for about a 4-year period, and that was just a cool card. And then I also claimed this one, which is Pedro in a Mets jersey. He was kind of surprised that I claimed it with the Mets, but I was like, man, that's Pedro, so. And then so as a nice little throw in, he sent me this card, which is a 2004 Fantasy Favorites Pedro. It's a Topps card. It's a pretty colorful card, so that's very cool. And I really want to thank Marty. He said that was not actually the card he was planning on sending. He couldn't find it, and then found it. And I was like, man, that's more than enough. So you don't need to send me anything else. I appreciate that. So those 4 are from Marty. This one here I've been watching for a while on eBay. This is a 71 Hank Aaron. But if you flip it over, OPG Hank Aaron. So it started at about $50, and I sent the seller a message trying to offer on it, and didn't respond. And then I just keep watching it drop and drop and drop. So finally I got it for about $38. So that's one I've been watching. And I, how I feel about the OPGs, man. I just love them. And then a newer seller on the Vintage Fire Sales page, named Matt Johnson, had a big sale, and I bought a bunch of stuff. I think you did too, actually, and came up on this lot, which was about 1971 Topps. Got a Bob Lanier rookie, and then a Rudy Tomjanovich rookie. And those whatever, those are cool cards. But the thing that got me, I just wanted to give him a shout out. Excellent packaging, very responsive. So the page has got some really good new sellers, and some really good new buyers, but that struck me. He sent them all in card savers, and it was very securely packaged. And he had some questions for me, as it was his first claim sale, and I happily answered them, and I was very pleased with how the package came in. So those are my cards of the week, man. And I've got a ton coming, so I'm excited to see what comes in the mail today.
Got about 60 or 70 coming from me.
Yeah. Now, man, it's going to be a busy afternoon. We'll
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's always fun when we get cards. So my cards of the week, similar theme. I do have a few from Marty too. We'll lead off with Marty's again for a first time Sal. It was a good time, and I don't do much with modern besides like relics and autos, and I just can't help myself. And again, the price point was ridiculous on these cards. You're talking like $1 or $2. But I got a nice Justin Morneau.
Okay.
That's a piece of a sock or, something, his underwear or whatever. Who knows what that is. Tom Glavine. I love that. That's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Glavine.
I think that's the same set as this one.
Yeah.
The Pedro.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I really like that. It's really sharp. Again, and then I got another one of Todd Helton. I think Todd Helton will probably make the Hall of Fame eventually, but again, that's awesome. A bazooka bat. A piece of bat that could have been from Lord knows where, but that's pretty neat. I like that type of stuff. Yeah. So those were from Marty, and then Chris Frank had his first Sal, and I got a couple cards from him that are just phenomenal. 54 Kurt Roberts. He was along with Roberto Clemente, broke the color line in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And he's only there a couple of years, but I just always loved that card, find it to be beautiful. And again, just a couple bucks. And then he sent me Jim Gilliam card.
Yeah.
I love that 54 Ballman. He just sent that for me because he knows my infatuation with the Negro Leagues. And then this one, since I read the David Halberstam book, Teammates, with Johnny Pesky, Bobby Dorr, and Dom DiMaggio. I'm going to see Ted one last time. This one here just blows me away. And if you read the book Teammates, you'll understand a little more about Dom DiMaggio. But that's just insane. Just beautiful 53. Dom DiMaggio. And
he was good. He was good. I mean, obviously he wasn't as good as his brother, but great player. And that was a nice card.
Like that. Take it out of the plastic so there's no glare. You can see just how beautiful this card is. I mean, just look at that. Yeah. Just amazing card. Just Dom DiMaggio. So that one will go in the dirt with me. My daughter's a big Red Sox fan, Shasta, so she might get it.
Got good taste.
She loves the Red Sox, so do I, for that matter. But she really loves them. And the final one, it's not new, but it's new back home. This one survived the year with me at high school, Loma High School. Jim Brosnan. We were talking about him yesterday, and that's just an auto. And we were talking about him on the SOC Facebook page. Great author, tremendous author, Jim Brosnan. So I had his book and this in my room, sat right next to me at my desk, and couldn't get the kids to read the book, but they did take a few other books home and read. So I love Jim Brosnan. If anybody has a chance to seek out any of Jim Brosnan's books, I was talking with Greg about it yesterday. The depth of thought is 1960, 61, that time frame is amazing. It's very insightful. It's not your typical late 50s, early 60s kind of rah-rah book. And he got a lot of criticism for writing the book, which is very tame by Ball 4 standards, and then by Bronx Zoo standards, and then by today's standards. So, but it does give a lot of insight into the St. Louis Cardinals and the Chicago Cubs of the late 50s, early 60s. And there are some things in there that are pretty shocking when you hear some of again, different time, but I really struggle, when I hear some of the terminology and things that were just prevalent at that time. It just really bothers me. Makes me see things in a different way,
Right. So. Yeah, and it was a whole different time. I mean, even the way they treated, basically the way that women, black folks, Negroes were treated.
Right.
It was
any minority.
Right. Yeah.
Polish, Jews. Oh my gosh.
It's shocking to see how it was back then, man.
Yeah, I struggle with it. I really do, being just 100%, and that's part of like how I collect. We've talked about this too. Anything prior to Jackie, and then even in the early 50s, generally just doesn't really do anything for me. It just doesn't, other than Ted Williams,
and I, in looking at the cards that you just showed, Jim Gilliam has always struck me a little bit as, he was not a superstar at the time he was playing, but it seems like for whatever reason, his cards always carry a little bit of a premium for, he's a good player, but he wasn't a perennial all-star or anything like that. But I think a lot of that has to do with just the era. A lot of the black players back then seem to, as time goes on, maybe get a little bit more respect, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't think there's any question that his cards are worth more than they probably should be. And that's good. I mean, there's some legacy there and there's some history. And I've always thought his cards are very cool. But those are great cards, man. It looks like we got some of the same stuff. Similar stuff from Marty. That was a really cool sale with some good relics.
It was a lot of fun. And I love that. So anytime I can, like Billy Stillwell does that, I'll get some stuff from him, autos and relics and that's the extent of my modern, really.
Right.
Yeah, I like that type of stuff.
Isn't it always kind of funny or not funny? It's cool too to watch people that you've interacted with and have bought maybe from you and finally have like their first sale. And it's like, oh, like you're sending them
babies.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, they're not. They have probably more knowledge in some areas with this stuff than I do. But Marty certainly. I mean, he's a encyclopedia.
Oh yeah, right? Definitely. Yeah, he writes too, right? He's a Saber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Marty is like, talk about writers. Holy cow. Yeah.
But it's cool to see them. See them selling and having questions for me, and I'm just like, man, you're doing great, So both had really good sales. I didn't really see Chris's too much, but Marty's was great. So kudos to them and great cards of the week, man. And from what you're telling me, you've got some more wacky packies.
We do, and this gets back to Chris Frank. Chris has been like with me since I started, and Eric Cohen, and yourself. You guys are like the original trio, and but he loved it that we opened up some packs, so he sent some packs along with the cards that I bought, and I'll get back around to Chris and his sale and all that. But so we're going to rip into some packs today, courtesy of Chris Frank, who we can't thank enough. So we have 92 Stadium Club. I don't know who we'd be looking for in there. Again, we got 1990 hockey, so we had a lot of fun with that one. There's some gum in there, so that may or may not happen in round 2. 88 score baseball. We could get a Glavin, maybe.
Man, remember how cool those were when they first came out?
Oh, dynamite. 89 score. I like 89 score.
I do too.
So, still. We would get a Smoltz probably out of that one.
Oh, you got Randy Johnson. You got Randy Johnson. Sheffield. Bunch of guys.
90 Fleer. This is going to be absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
This one I'm really excited about. 89 Fleer. We could get the Ripken F base, we could get Griffey, we could get all kinds of stuff in there. And then the last one I really liked is the Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, that's really cool. The Garbage Pail Kids. I loved it. So let's see, what do we start with?
Just pick one.
All right. Well, let's get the 90 Fleer out of the way, just because that's not gonna be a lot of excitement. So 90 Fleer.
Might get a Todd Zeal.
All right, 90 Fleer. Well, actually, I see on the back we did get something pretty good. So we got our stickers. We got Gene Nelson, Jeff Parrott, Todd Stoudemire, Bill Landry, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to waste everybody's time. Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer.
Okay. There
Roberto Alomar, Hall of Famer. All right. Ramon Martinez. Tim Raines, Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And then we got the best card we could probably get. We got the Bo Jackson.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So there we go. A good one. 90 Fleer, we got 3 Hall of Famers and Bo Jackson. And we'll tally these up again when we're done. So that was all right. That was a good
that wasn't a bad pack at all.
That wasn't bad. All right, let's do 89 score. 89 score. Here we go, Greg. 89 score. Oh no. Let's get you Craig Biggio.
Man, 90 Fleer is just super uninspiring, huh?
Oh, that's terrible. And then they dropped the hammer on 91 and even took it to a whole new level.
Like, God, we got to fix this.
All right. Keith Hernandez, Kevin Mitchell, Bill Dorn, nobody. We got the year to remember. Don Carmen, who's a good guy, by the way. I've actually talked back and forth with Don a little bit. Holy cow. It is the Bo Show today.
Nice.
It's the Bo Jackson. Okay. All right. Love it. Back then all right, nothing. Well, we got Bo. Okay, let's do the 88 score. 88 score.
Are you looking for Greg Jeffries here, man?
Oh yeah. we'll lose our mind on that one. Let's hope we get to Greg Jeffries. Yeah, but again, I love these cards I love 88 and 89 score.
If you lined up all the Glavine rookies, I think the 88 score is probably the best one. It's got an action shot.
I like it. Yeah, there's nobody in there. Period. There's a bunch of. I think the best one in there would be nobody. a lot of Jim Acker.
Oh no.
All right, let's do this 90 Topps hockey.
I don't know. I still don't know who you're supposed to be looking for in that one.
I don't know. It's the Gum.
Oh, geez. Is your wife around?
Oh, no. Jesus. Oh, my God.
Really bad.
Mario Lemieux.
Okay. That's a great one.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Hey, you got a Gretzky.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, there you go. I'm going to die. Oh, this is sharp. Now, another Gretzky.
Awesome. That's a great card, man.
You
can tell that pack has not been searched.
And that's it for that. Well, we got two Gretzkys and a Lemieux.
If I'm a hockey fan in 1990, I'm stoked about that pack.
All right. Garbage Pail Kids. We're probably looking for, I don't know, the guy whose head explodes.
Adam Bomb.
Adam Bomb. Yeah, he was the one. More Gum, which is not happening.
Yeah.
Terrible. All right. Shaggy Aggie. Ruby Cube. Everybody's favorite. Flaky Faye. He was a legend. Toothless, man. He was so underrated. I can't. In the lexicon of Garbage Pail, Toothless was the bomb. Oh, Craig, I'm just stoked on this one. We got Basket Casey. Basket Casey, let me tell you right now, if you didn't see Basket Casey play, then you missed out.
Now, aren't some of these Cabbage Patch, Jesus, aren't some of these Garbage Pail Kids like worth some money?
Yeah, they are actually. I'm going to have to look them up. And if they are, I'll send them back to Chris because, I mean, he should have them.
Yeah.
Basket Casey's got to be at least, $10. I mean, come on.
That's
all right. Look, 92 Stadium Club. And these don't seem too bricked up.
That's good.
That's why I would buy more of these because you can get them cheap, like $1 a pack. I like the Stadium Club cards. I think they're great.
The Stadium Club cards have always been, I mean, even now, they're gorgeous. They're just not, they have trouble getting traction for some reason, and I'm not real sure why. It's crazy.
Chico Walker, Steve Fry. We got our propaganda. All right. Pedro Guerrero. I love it. There we go. Harold Baines. We got Harold Baines.
It's a good card.
Yeah, I love it. Dave Burba.
What if it's 19 different teams?
See, now again, this isn't a big job, but I like the Members' Choice cards, and that's Steve Avery. That's nice. That's a sharp card. That's for James Crawford. He'll like that.
What, they have one per pack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Papini, Matt Williams, Chris Haney. Oh my God, that gum. Still taste it.
There's gum. Oh, I thought there was gum in the stadium.
No, I took it deeper than I did last time. I tried. I really legitimately tried.
I'm going to have to do that.
I really tried with the gum, and
I can't let you go up that hill by yourself, man.
Yeah. All right. So then our last one, 89 Fleer. So
Griffey.
F this.
Actually, there's also a Jeff Treadway card where he's got a bullseye above his head. So look for that one too.
That's a big Eric card.
Yeah.
All right. Randy Myers, Terry Poole, Bob Welch, Glenn Hubbard, what a trip. Willie Randolph, Bruce Ruffin, Pete O'Brien, Understomp. Canseco, Speed Bars was a big card back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that'd have been right in the top loader. I'll put him in a decent pile. Froworth, Herb, McDowell, Current. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Bo Jackson.
Oh, yeah, so, you're getting some bows today, man.
Wow. So that's that. We can't thank Chris enough. So to recap, hockey, Gretzky, a couple of Gretzky's, the Lemieux, baseball, Bo Jackson, got the Canseco, Baines, Bo Jackson, and Roberto Alomar, Tim Raines, and Alan Trammell.
It's a nice little haul, man.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Plus, Basket Casey.
Yeah, so, Casey. Let's not forget about Basket Casey.
For a Thursday morning, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah, Basket Casey. But I think that I'm actually going to look these up. We got to find out what these are after the show. But I think Toothless might be right there at Basket Casey. So we're going to find out. We'll let you know. We'll let everybody know how we made out with that. But that was a lot of fun. And then it gets to, as far as like with Chris, he had his first sale. And I got to tell you, I've been never more blown away by packaging. It made me feel like insignificant. And, I package things really good. And oh my God, next level. Like everything, I think I sent you pictures. Everything was individually wrapped and in the cardboard. And he knows I struggle with these things, right? These were working man hands for a long time. And my hands are I struggle with all the tape and the plastic. And
sure.
He took the tape, the painter's tape, and put little tabs so I could pull the tape. I mean,
oh yeah.
Are you kidding me? He made little tabs so I could pull the tape so I didn't have to struggle with the tape. And it was
those tabs are great.
It was amazing. It was just, I can't thank Chris enough. He sent me, some nice freebie cards. He sent us these cards to open on the show because the people that we were getting cards from, they had a run on the cards, but fortunately they're back up and running. So we will have some more wax to rip in our next show. So that pipeline's still going, but it's to a point. And, me and Greg getting a lot of sales and, sometimes maybe we need to think about shop small in regards to like baseball cards, collectibles, things like that. Because you have a garage full of cards and you have $1 million inventory and you say you're this and you say you're that, doesn't mean that you are the best seller or you're the most conscious to what people need. I mean, here's a guy, Chris, has his first sale. Unbelievable. Marty Klotz. Unbelievable. Now, granted, there's some people that have a first sale and you're like, oh my God, this is terrible. But generally those people take your advice, take your hints, and they don't come at you like you're criticizing them. I find that some of these big giants, the minute you start to criticize something or ask a question, oh my God, you are just slapping them in the face. How dare you, infidel, tell me or ask me a question? And it's really kind of frustrating.
Yeah. I agree with you. And I think, there's, it seems, I don't even know where to start. You got to take it on a case by case basis, but I do notice a trend where I think the bigger sometimes, and there's certainly Mark Farnbacher is a good example. Brian, good example. Some of the guys that sell a lot, but still know how to do it right. But then you have others, and I'm not going to drop any names, but there are examples of people who really want to go out of their way to show you what they have. But then on the flip side, if you can't handle the scale, get out of the kitchen. You know, if you can't do it, if you've got other things going on, if you've got 50 other, you know, distractions, don't have a sale. You know, get your ducks in a row and do it right, you know, and realize that these people, you know, whether it be you own a store or you know, you want to, any type of business, you've got to think about your customers a little bit more. And some of these folks, you know, some of the smaller sellers do too, but I think it's more of a trend with the bigger sellers. Especially what I've noticed lately is that the customer service kind of tends to fall by the wayside. And to, you know, to agree with your point, I think that shopping small, you know, Marty and Chris both trying to just kind of dip their toes in the water with the selling. I jumped right in, man. My first sale, I sold a bunch of cards that I should have sold for more money. I just kind of wanted to get my name out there. And my first sale, if I go back and look at it, was crazy. I mean, 59 Kopaks for like $15. And people are like, whoa, you know, I did it by design to kind of get a little bit of a following. And I think a lot of times new sellers are doing themselves a disservice if they don't. So, you know, I fully agree with you, though. I'm kind of rambling. I fully agree with you that some of the bigger sellers, and it's not actually really in our main group. It's in these little fringe groups, like kind of rule the kingdom and don't really feel like they have to answer to anybody. So, you know, that's what I've noticed. And it's like kind of like when day after Thanksgiving, you know, you have local or shop local Saturday or, you know, give the little guys a chance, because not only one, will you find some really good deals, two, they're usually more willing to negotiate, and three, they're eager to please at that point. So, you know, that's what I say. And we're always, you and I are always saddling up and going out and getting stuff. And
that's right.
John Begley had a great sale last night, man.
Killer. Begley's sale was epic. That was legendary.
Yeah. So, you know, always
and he gets to the bear that I'm poking a little bit. They could learn something from him, you know,
right.
That guy does it on his own and he's there and he's personable. And if he messes something up, he's right there. And he just, you know, he doesn't generally, but you know, he's one of us, you know, he's not. And I could say too, that I guess the frustration is that, you know, people that know me, you know, you know, I'm a very good at conflict resolution, and I do not like controversy or any type of conflict. So I always try to state everything as professionally, as politely as I can. And when you do that and then you get blowback, it's like, oh my God, you know, really?
Yeah.
It's troublesome, and you know, it's bothersome. It's not like, you know, we're firing off a email for a message full of profanity and calling people out and
right, exactly. You're trying to take the diplomacy road, and that falls on deaf ears too. You know, just some people just I hesitate to say get in over their heads a little bit, but I think sometimes, you know, you do a certain level of business doing this, or really in any business sometimes, and you kind of take your customers for granted, and you know, there's a lot of different options here. So I'm getting ready to have a series of huge sales, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I love talking to people, and you know, the packaging, I've got my whole little routine down. So, you know, like I said, if you can't handle the scale, get out of the kitchen.
Yeah,
you know?
We're lucky with our page. Most of the people that are on our show page, you know, are buyers and sellers, and you know, there's no secrets. I had somebody reach out to me this week is going to sell some cards that I had in the past, and I go, you know, I just said here's a link to my previous sale. You know, do what you will, use that as a reference. You know, if it can help you move some cards, we're all in it together. You know, we need to look out for each other and have that camaraderie aspect of it, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Because I can tell you, you know, Breck Allman and Chris and Marty and Brian and James and on, and Richard Kavorka and all the people we talk about, and Chan cards of the week and blah, 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 blah. You know, that's the fun of it. That's so when you insulate yourself on your mountaintop. And you know, Dom, you know, he's a big seller, but he's one of us, you know. So you know what I mean? He's not, he can buy and sell me 10 times over, but you know, he's not that guy. So I guess when we you know, when we work together, that's the fun of it, is looking out for each other, and you know, not just sitting up on our mountain like we're the lords of cardboard.
Right. I agree with you fully, man. And I'm glad you brought this up, because I do, you know, it seems to be gravitating more that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see it more and more, and maybe I'm just more active than I have been, you know, but, or know more people, or just, I don't know, but, you know, just, you know, I think the point you're trying to make really is, don't get too big for your britches, and always realize that your customers do have other options. So, you know, they can take their money, and people work for their money, and they like it. You know, they like to feel like they're important to you, you know, and you don't have to be crazy about it, but responsive, and do what you say you're going to do. If you're going to get somebody tracking in 24 hours, get them tracking in 24 hours. You know, don't make them keep reaching out to you. So,
amen.
Amen, man.
Well,
Well, it's good to be back, Mark.
Yeah, we just said that in stereo. Man, we are twins sometimes.
Yeah, it is good to be back, and I, you know, wonderful time with the family. 41 people. It was great, and looking forward to the next one. And I am glad to be back, and, you know, back with my card buddies, and doing our thing, and, you know, hopefully the rest of the week will be good, and yeah. I hope everybody has a good rest of their week, man.
Yeah, I'm headed to Buffalo this weekend for
Father's
Day with my dad. So
okay,
bless, Dad's still cranking, almost 90.
Is this weekend Father's Day?
Yeah. So
I'm a father, and I didn't even know that.
So, yeah, I'm going up. My birthday, I don't know. I think my birthday's Saturday. I really don't care. But
yeah. Well, happy birthday, man.
You know, well, what are you gonna do for your birthday? Whatever. It doesn't matter. Age, man, at this point, I'm just happy to be here, and you know, let's go. Right. Let's go to a bookstore, and let's you know, give me a little bit of cardboard, and you know, let's crank up some tunes or something. I'm fine. So, yeah. Well, all right.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that are part of this. And we have 200 people on our Facebook page, which is amazing. So thank you for that. And we will see you next week.
And I want to make a real quick comment on that. 200 people. I was thinking about mentioning that earlier, and I'm glad you brought it up. Thank you, Scott Rushing. Thank you for all the conversations back and forth on the page. It's really been cool. You know, there's no other way to put it. And, you know, if you're on the page and you are hesitant to post something, don't be. I mean, you know, as long as it's sports, doesn't even really have to be card related, just something sports related. Don't be shy, you know, because there's people there that will talk to you about almost anything.
Oh, and sure, definitely.
Thank you for being 200 strong at this point. Scott Rushing, I'll reach out to you and get your info to send you our little prize pack. So
yeah, I got it. Yeah, when you get that, give it to me. But yeah, definitely, people, don't be shy. You know, say something, speak up. We're friendly. We're not gonna you know, be goofy about it, and that's what it's all about. So okay, again, everybody, have a good weekend, a good week. We'll see you next week. We'll be munching on some gum, try to get that down. And thank you so much, everybody. I really, you know, appreciate everyone. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.